Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. It's Happy with Happy Nerds, and on today's episode we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed Meh, or Assassin's Creed Mirage as some of you like to call it, because some of you actually like to play this game, and I get that, I feel that, and that's okay, but here are some reasons why I didn't actually like it, and here's my honest review about this game. Now, just because I didn't like it doesn't mean I haven't found any tips and tricks, so be on the lookout for how to get the best weapon, the best armor, and the best dagger super easy, super fast. So without further ado, let's talk about this game, Assassin's Creed Meh. Now, what I'm going to be talking about is not just my opinions, but also facts about the game. For instance, this game feels like the newer games without the bells and whistles. Now, I know this game is mostly supposed to be like the older games, it gives a nod to the older games, or like it's supposed to be super stealthy, etc., etc. Well, it's not. In my opinion, you can stand in a bush and you can just kill infinite people, and none of them really bother to check the bush or even throw a fire to the bush or even do anything to prevent them from dying from the bush. So basically, what I'm saying is the AI is really, really dumbed down sometimes. Also, I didn't like the fact that when you killed a bunch of them and then hid their bodies or whatever, like how you're supposed to play this game, if you accidentally walked out of a room and you went back to that other room, they spawned back like nothing happened. I thought the immersion was destroyed as soon as that happened. As soon as I seen that, I was like, wow, okay, so we're just. I get that the Assassin's Creed games go and do this, but usually when you take out a whole camp, you have to like go to a whole section of the map and then come back, and then they're back. Not just like you walk 5 feet away from the map from the bandit camp and they're already back like nothing's ever happened. So the immersion for me was just kind of destroyed at that point when I saw that. Also, it just felt like a glorified DLC. I didn't really like the fact that, without giving out any spoilers, you basically do the same three things 3 different times. So that's 9 things that you do the same, and then you go into the final ending, and then you do the same 3 things again at that point, and then the game's finished. I didn't like the fact that I didn't really get much opportunities to do some really cool assassins. That's another thing. The assassination animations were very limited. I had more assassination animations in Spider-Man 2. So, with that being said, there wasn't a lot of animations. There wasn't really a lot of spice to the game. You did the same 2 or 3 animations over and over and over. It got really repetitive, just like the story. It just got repetitive. I didn't really like that. I didn't really like the fact that you are an assassin and they got rid of all your cool abilities, which I get it. That's what they were supposed to do. But then they added assassin having a landmine. I don't really understand why you're supposed to be a super sneaky assassin, but also possess a landmine. I wish they gave us more like assassin gear. Also, you only had one weapon and one. Okay, so you had 2 weapons. You had a dagger and a sword. You couldn't do anything else. You didn't have any other variety of weapons. So that got super boring right off the bat. Just super boring. Even in the other games, they had like cool weapons and those stats actually mattered. In this game, none of the stats mattered. Nothing mattered in this game. Everything was set. To me, everything was just kind of boring and bland. It just didn't make too much sense to give an assassin all the kind of gear that you got. I mean, I get the kunai knives, I get the blow darts. That's kind of cool, but all the loud explosions, the grenades, all that. I mean, I wish they just did something different. Um, I didn't like that. Also, somebody in Ubisoft needs to hear this. We don't like the mini game where we have to catch the paper. I just completely ignore that now. After a certain amount of games, every game that you make, Ubisoft, that's Assassin's Creed, you like to include these mini games where you chase the paper, and you've done it ever since, like, I think it's Assassin's Creed 2 or even 3. I just can't stand that mini game. And the fact that you still have it means there's literally thousands of pages of paper for everyone to get, which is just a filler in your game. I get it. The collectathon, blah, blah, blah. There's only a few things. There's really only one thing that I would say collect, and that's these little rocks that you can use. They're like shards where you can get the best weapon and armor, and I'm going to show you how to get that super easy. It didn't land for me this game. I loved the scenery, and the map was pretty big, but it was just lacking character definition. Everybody looked the same in that area. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like this game. It just wasn't that good. Everybody was saying it's so good, it's going back to the old stuff, and it really isn't. It's like the new stuff, but minus a bunch of stuff. But wait, normally Assassin's Creed have really good stories. Well, maybe the story, maybe you didn't like the gameplay, but maybe the story captivated you. No, it did not. You are a petty thief killing a bunch of people, but you're also have this weird righteous complex where you're the only one that can kill or murder or steal. I didn't really understand that. Like, I understand certain people are bad in this game, but they weren't really doing anything illegal during the times. Yes, they're doing bad stuff, but so was your character. So it just didn't really make sense that you had this god complex that you were the one that was right and you were the one that I just didn't really get it. Like, why'd you make the character kind of evil, but he's also fighting evil? But he's kind of like the bad guy in this situation because everybody else is kind of like just doing things in the time, and he's the one kind of going against the grain. So I didn't really understand that. Like, you can go and pickpocket 1,000,000 women and not even bat an eye. Like, nobody cares. You can just steal from women, you steal from men, you just steal from them all. And then you can just go and kill these guards and bad guys. And that's another thing, too. No enemy variety. Zero enemy variety. Literally the same 3 guards or the same 2 guards and 1 big guard. That's it. That's all you got. That's all you got to fight. Just the same guards over and over, guarding the same NPC bosses that you're supposed to assassinate. There was no boss battle. There was no challenge, really, in this game. You just assassinated and left. It just, I don't know. It's just, the game, none of it clicked for me. And spoiler warning, the ending sucks. Straight up sucks. I'm not even going to go into detail on it. It's just stupid, in my opinion. Like, it just didn't make any sense. And the fact, I don't even want to get into it. Maybe I'll make another video of the whole entire thing. But this is my gripe or complaint about this game. It's not really that great. I would suggest you wait, because it's just glorified DLC. So wait till it becomes $20 or $15 in the next couple of days. Black Friday. You know, if you're thinking about getting your loved ones some video games because of, you know, the season, don't get this game. Don't. There's many other games that are like way fantastic. For instance, Spider-Man 2 was more of an Assassin's Creed game than Assassin's Creed. So, folks, that's all I have for this game. If you enjoyed it, good on you. I'm not hating on anybody who enjoyed this game. I'm not even hating on the game. I'm kind of hating on the game because of the price tag. I feel like it should have been $30 or less. It is a DLC for sure. And when you play Assassin's Creed Valhalla and you play their DLCs, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a glorified DLC. It's literally the same thing. They literally had too much content for Valhalla, so they're like, oh, we'll just make this into a game. We'll just call it a $50 game instead of a $70 game. Well, folks, that's all the time I have. I hope you had a great time listening to this video. This is the truth about this game. I'm going to give out more honest opinions about video games. I just got done beating Alan Wake, Spider-Man 2. Look out for those videos. I'm also going to be doing tips and tricks. So please like, subscribe, hang with Happy. Let's get it.